Chapter 8: Useful and Harmful Microbes. Dear students, you are familiar with different types of microbes which are all around us but cannot be seen with our eyes. Some of them are useful and some of them are harmful. So let's see about the useful microorganisms. Lactobacilli. Smear a drop of fresh buttermilk on a glass slide. Stain it with methylene blue and put a cover slip over it. Observe the smear under the microscope. What did you see? The blue rod-shaped organisms moving around. They are lactobacilli, a kind of bacteria. They are minute and rectangular in shape. Lactobacilli are anaerobic bacteria. That means they can produce energy without the use of oxygen. The lactobacilli convert lactose, the sugar in the milk, into lactic acid. The process is called fermentation. As a result, the pH of milk decreases, causing coagulation of milk proteins. Thus, milk proteins are separated from other constituents of milk. This is what happens when milk changes into yogurt. Yogurt has a specific sour taste due to lactic acid. The low pH destroys harmful microbes present in the milk. The popular probiotic yogurt means useful microbes like lactobacilli are added to the eatables. Such eatables are healthy because they kill the harmful bacteria like Clostridium in the alimentary canal and help to improve our immunity. These are the uses of lactobacilli. Various milk products like yogurt, buttermilk, ghee, cheese can be obtained by fermentation of milk. Lactobacilli fermentation is useful for large-scale production of cider, cocoa, pickles of vegetables, etc. Lactobacilli and some other useful microbes taken together are used to treat abdominal discomfort. Leavened fodder offered to domestic cattle like cows and buffaloes is fodder fermented with the help of lactobacilli. The lactobacilli fermentation process is used to make wine and some types of bread. Then Rhizobium, the symbiotic bacteria. Clean the roots of groundnut plantlet with sterile water and take the section of the root nodule. Place the stained section on a glass slide and cover it with a cover slip and observe under compound microscope. The pinkish rod-shaped organisms are the Rhizobium bacteria. Note that we had to search for the root nodules of leguminous plants to obtain these bacteria. Now, role and importance of Rhizobium. Rhizobia living in root nodules supply nitrates, nitrites and amino acids to that plant and in exchange get energy in the form of carbohydrates from it. Such a mutually beneficial relationship is called symbiosis. Rhizobia produce nitrogenous compounds from atmospheric nitrogen. However, for this process of nitrogen fixation, they need leguminous plants like beans, wheat, pea as host. Beans and pulses are rich in proteins due to the nitrogenous compounds made available by Rhizobia. After harvesting a leguminous crop, the leftover roots and other plant parts are deliberately dumped in farm soil to maintain its bacterial population. The use of Rhizobium has helped to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and thereby their adverse effects. It has also helped to reduce expenses on fertilizers and thus works to the benefit of farmers. Nowadays, seeds are coated with rhizobial solution or powder before sowing, and this is rhizobial inoculation. Then yeast. Mix a spoonful of yeast, 2 spoonfuls of sugar with a sufficient quantity of lukewarm water in a bottle. Take a drop of solution from the bottle and observe under the compound microscope. The colorless oval cells of yeast are seen. Some of those cells may have small round bodies attached to them. These are new daughter cells of yeast in the process of formation. This method of asexual reproduction is called budding. Yeast is a heterotrophic fungal microbe that grows on carbon compounds. The yeast cell is a eukaryotic type of cell. In this experiment, yeast grows and multiplies very quickly due to the carbon compounds in the sugar solution. In the process of obtaining nutrition, yeast cells convert the carbohydrates in that solution into alcohol and carbon dioxide, and the process is called fermentation. Then antibiotics. Carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. Antibiotics mainly act against bacteria, and some antibiotics can destroy protozoa. Some antibiotics are useful against a wide variety of bacteria and are called broad-spectrum antibiotics, for example ampicillin. When the pathogen cannot be identified, even though the symptoms of diseases are visible, broad-spectrum antibiotics are used. Whenever a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known, the narrow-spectrum antibiotic can be used, for example penicillin. Penicillin is a group of antibiotics obtained from a fungus Penicillium and is used for controlling the infections caused by bacteria like Staphylococcus, Clostridia, Streptococcus, etc. Medicines containing penicillin are useful to treat certain bacterial infections of the ear, nose, throat and skin, as well as diseases like pneumonia and scarlet fever. But remember friends, antibiotics should be taken only when prescribed by a doctor. Don't purchase any antibiotic from medical stores without a prescription from a doctor. Even if you feel well, before completing of the prescribed course of the antibiotic, you must continue and complete it. Now we'll see the harmful microorganisms. Fungi. Microscopic spores of fungi are present in the air. If there is sufficient moisture, spores germinate on cotton fabric, gunny bags, leather, wooden items, etc. The fungal hyphae, that is fibers of the fungus, penetrate deep into the material to obtain nutrition and to reproduce. This causes the materials to wear and become weak. As a result, gunny bags, leather items like shoes, purses, etc. on which fungi have grown do not last long. Wooden items also get spoiled. Various species of fungi grow on food items like pickles, muramba, jam, etc. They use the nutrients in these food items for growth and reproduction. During this activity, fungi releases mycotoxins, that is certain poisonous chemicals into the food, and thus food becomes poisonous. Hence, the food on which fungi have grown cannot be eaten. Then Clostridium. The bacteria which spoil cooked food are Clostridium. Out of about 100 different species of this bacterium, some are free living in the soil, whereas some live in the alimentary canal of humans and other animals. These bacteria are rod-shaped and produce bottle-shaped endospores in adverse conditions. One special characteristic of these bacteria is that they cannot withstand the normal oxygen level of the air because they grow in anaerobic condition. Now we'll see other harmful microorganisms. Name of disease, pathogen, mode of infection and preventive measures. AIDS, pathogen virus, mode of infection through blood and semen of infected person. Preventive measure, safe sexual contact, avoid reuse of needles and injections. Hepatitis, pathogen virus, contaminated water and food is the mode of infection. Clean and filtered water should be used. Influenza by virus, contact with infected person is the mode. Preventive measure is the personal hygiene and avoiding contact with infected person. Measles and chickenpox, pathogen virus, contact with infected person, and the preventive measure is vaccination. Bird flu and swine flu, virus, contact with infected birds and animals, prevention, personal hygiene. Dengue, virus, mosquito bite, cleanliness of surroundings, preventing stagnation of water. Then pneumonia, pathogen bacteria, droplet spread in air by infected person is the mode, and preventive measure is the vaccination. Leprosy, bacteria, long-term contact with infected person is the mode of infection, and avoiding contact with infected person is the preventive measure. Cholera caused by bacteria because of contaminated food and water, the preventive measure is to use clean food and water. Malaria, the pathogenic protozoa, mode of infection mosquito bite, and preventive measure cleanliness of surroundings and controlling mosquitoes. Dandruff, ringworm, scabies, pathogen fungi, and the mode of infection is contact with infected person, and preventive measures personal hygiene.